Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. Let's talk about Survivor Winners at War, Part 3. Our
yes,
five-part series of our cast reaction.
But first, if you are new to this channel, please click subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.
And if you want to support us on Patreon, there's a link in the description.
Speaking of,
yes.
This week we have a patron's birthday.
Hello, and when that happens, we do a little song, right?
Yes, happy birthday, Diana. This is for you.
This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Hey!
Hey!
Look at that. If you want that, go be a patron.
Yeah, go check it
It's
out.
super easy.
Happy birthday, Diana.
Happy birthday. All right, so we are continuing with our winners reaction.
Our 5-part series.
Yes.
We've already done 2. Check them out. I'll put a link here.
Yes.
This is part 3, which is Tony, Tyson, Denise, and Kim.
These are 4 good ones. I mean, they're all good. They really are all so good, but like, I'm so excited to talk about these. We're starting with Tony, who won
good group.
Cagayan.
Tony, wow, now he's a one of a kind.
He really is. He is someone, people are talking a lot about how are these winners going to change their game, right? Going into season 40. I don't think we're going to see one change from Tony. He is who he is.
He is who he is. Yeah, this is, we get what we get with Tony.
That's right. So
now, Cagayan was one of my favorite seasons. This is when we met Sarah, Tasha, Spencer, and Cass.
Come on.
And Woo, who, by the way, I saw Woo recently.
Did you? Where?
Yes, he lives in this area.
Huh.
Saw him out and about.
A local.
Didn't say anything to him. Because he doesn't know me.
So Tony is like classic East Coast cop. Okay?
Right.
He was on the Braun tribe with Sarah, who's also a cop. And she spotted that right away. She was like, you're a cop. And he was like, no, I'm not. Like, denied it at first. Eventually told her the truth. But they were both on this Braun's because this was a Braun Brain Beauty season.
Yes, it was.
And of course, as cops, they're both on the Braun tribe. Tony is a cameraman's worst nightmare because whenever he goes anywhere in the jungle, he runs.
Yes.
And with no warning.
He's got this like frenetic energy.
Yes, it's like everything, it's like an idea comes and boom, he's off. And like the cameraman is trying to chase him through the forest. And he's building spy shacks.
Yes.
So that he can spy on his fellow, castaways.
Not a bad idea.
No, but it's just crazy. Like, it's so funny. I mean, he is loud. He's arrogant. Yes. He lies.
He swore on
his
anything,
father's
up
grave.
and down. Yeah, he swore on family members. He swore on his badge. Like, he does not care.
He doesn't care. And that rubs a lot of people the wrong way, but it makes for excellent television. So I can't wait for that.
He does not have any immunity wins under his belt.
0.
Now, he won this season and came back for Game Changers.
Right.
And I do have to point out that Sandra got him out real quick.
Because he was trying to get her out, and she was like, keep my name out of your mouth.
They can't work together.
No.
We know this. This is established. So interesting that they are now both going to be on this season.
Yes.
He found 3 idols.
Yeah.
One of which...
Super idol.
He could have played after the votes.
Yeah.
But because he is who he is, the lies he made up about this super idol actually ended up being more powerful than actually using it.
He was like, I'm good till
and just
final 3.
Wore it around his neck.
Yeah.
So he didn't even have to use it because people were just scared of it.
It was crazy, yeah. But it was interesting that he found a lot of those hidden immunity idols, but never any individual immunity wins.
Yes.
Even down to the last, when it was down to him, Woo, and Cass, and this was a season where it was a final 2, not a final 3. Yes. And so Woo won that final immunity, had to cast a vote to basically bring someone to the final 2 with him, and he chose to bring Tony.
Yes. Now, we are not here to dissect Woo's
That's
game.
right, that's
we
right.
are just here for Tony,
yes,
so we'll
Tony
just leave it at that.
Convinced him to bring him
but
to the final 2.
But Tony does beat him 8-1.
Yes. They both kind of took a lashing in the final tribal. Tony's lashing was about all those lies that he told, the swearing on his father's grave when that wasn't real, all the blind sides that he kind of helped
badge to Sarah.
Yeah.
Now, he and Sarah did work very closely together in the beginning, but not towards the end. So, they're both on season 40.
Yeah.
Do they work together?
Right.
Or is she over him?
Right. Still don't think that Tony has a fan in Sandra. So.
Right, and also the Sandra element there. I feel like he is definitely someone who you could use as a shield because he's this big crazy thing.
Right.
So yeah, let him be the target in front of you.
Yes.
But also, he's unpredictable. He's dangerous. You can't believe him. Why would you trust him? I feel like he is an easy early out.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, for what it's worth, I don't think it really matters, but he's the oldest man competing on Winners at War. I don't think that will change anything about him. Like, I don't think it's going to make him self-conscious or quieter or anything. Again, like, Tony just is this guy, and that's why the Survivor producers wanted to bring him back, because it's reliably crazy fun television.
Yes, and honestly, he will be super entertaining on Edge of Extinction.
Yes.
I'm all about that. That's fine with me. Put him over there.
Yeah.
First, second, third vote out.
Right.
And then we'll just watch him over there.
Put him on the welcoming committee with Reem. And like, I'm set for the season, everybody. Tyson, another one who's kind of rubbed people the wrong way sometimes. He competed as a villain on Heroes vs. Villains, and he also competed on Tocantins.
Right.
Before.
Then his third time out is Blood versus Water.
This is when he wins.
He wins, yeah. He went on Heroes vs. Villain as a villain, speaking of, that he could rub people the wrong way.
Yeah.
But I do feel like, just to give him some credit, I do feel like we saw some maturity by the time he hits this Blood versus Water season.
Yeah, I think totally. And he played with his girlfriend Rachel on Blood versus Water. She was kind of voted out early. And that really lit a fire in him that season. And, you know, he did, like, get in people's faces a little bit when he found out that, you know, she was voted out. Like, he and Brad Culpepper were not really getting along that season. But he was, like, playing for Rachel from then on out. He is known as a very physically capable guy, really good in immunity challenges and whatnot. He was constantly fighting against that as a player, but on Blood versus Water, he injured his shoulder, and that kind of worked to his benefit to let him kind of fade into the background a bit.
Yes, and I think that that's important to note, that he's not afraid to play up an injury, to play down his threat level.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you get caught up in competition and you're just like, I win, even though you shouldn't win. He's not afraid to look like maybe he's weak or injured or whatever. That will help him, and it did help him in Blood versus Water.
Yeah.
Now, when he was on Heroes vs. Villain, he worked well with Rob, and I think that people know that. And so coming in with both of them, that is going to be on people's minds season 40.
Yeah. And also worth noting that in that Heroes Villains season, we also had Sandra and Parvati. So these are winners who have been on seasons together before.
Played together.
Like, all four of those people were on the Villains tribe in Heroes Villains, so they know each other well.
In Blood versus Water, he found 2 idols. He won the last 2 immunity challenges.
Yeah, and he also went to a rock straw.
Oh my God, there was rocks that season.
It was a rock straw with 3 people, and they were so casual about going to rocks, because they, you know, they did the, like, requisite vote, revote kind of thing, and then eventually it was him and Sierra and Katie, I think, and they all talked for like 2 seconds about coming to a consensus, and then they were all like, yeah, we're going to rocks. We're going to rocks. And I was shocked that those 3 people just immediately agreed, like, yeah, we're just going to go to rocks, and we're all willing to risk it.
I mean, bonkers. He won 7-1-0 over Monica and Jervis. He is cocky, but in a funny way. So he's got an interesting mix. Like, people do call him like a class clown. Like, he is funny, he is entertaining. So it just kind of depends. Like, people do enjoy him. But is he lying to your face?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like the biggest issue is that he's going to be considered a threat and a target, and he is entering on the same game as Rob. Yeah.
And he also has had Exile Island and Redemption Island in seasons that he's played, but he's never been to either. So we'll see if he ends up at Edge of Extinction.
Yeah, right?
Or maybe he makes it to the final.
I would be shocked if he does not visit Edge of Extinction.
Yeah, I think we might see him there.
Denise
from Philippines, where it rained
25.
for 18 days straight.
This is why I can't go on the show ever.
I know, she's gonna love Fiji compared to Philippines.
Or son.
Maybe she'll bring the bad luck with her.
This season also brought us Abby Maria, Malcolm.
Remember these people?
And Blair from Facts of Life.
Yeah. Who made it to the final tribal without anybody knowing.
Like, what? I watch too much TV, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
You can't go by you.
No, that's right. I'd be like, hello, hi, Blair.
Yeah. Now, Denise holds the distinction of being the only player to attend and survive every tribal council in a season.
Every single tribal, she was there.
She was there at every
She
one.
was on that cursed tribe,
Yes.
her and Malcolm.
Yes.
The two of them survived that, eventually moving over, and she was able to get the numbers in her favor.
She's got
from the bottom.
She's got this like Midwestern likability about her, and she's a therapist.
Yes. She's a therapist. She has that therapist vibe.
Oh my God.
She's listening to you.
People just like her.
Saying the things you need to hear.
Yeah, and that's what really shined about her game, is this brilliant social game and this way of putting up with people who are difficult, like Abby Maria, but then also endearing yourself to new people because she, because she was on these tribes and kept going to tribal council and she kept surviving, she ended up on, I think, 3 different tribes throughout the game. So, like, that's really good social play to, win people over in all those different combinations of people.
Right. Talk about having, like, adversary, like, coming up against stuff, just, like, constantly getting through it. She wins 6-1 over Lisa and Scoopin.
Yeah.
She is physically strong. She is smart.
Yeah.
She's got that likability, that vibe that we talked about.
That's right.
I do think that she might be considered more of an underdog coming into this.
Yeah.
As opposed to like big old threat coming into this.
I mean, I think, naturally age will play a role in that. She's the oldest castaway period on season 40.
She's real small.
And she's small, 5 feet tall. She's not like a physically
look threatening,
intimidating presence.
Yes.
Exactly. But, she did win an individual immunity on her season, so she's no slouch,
I think
And she's got guns.
Right. She's physically strong, and I think she can do better at challenges than what we saw in Philippines. Like, Philippines was like, what?
Yeah.
I feel like people are going to want to work with her. I feel like they're not going to think she's a threat right away, and so I think we will see her for a while.
She's the kind of person that you want to work with because she's very even keel, very reasoned, logical. She doesn't play super emotionally. And that's the kind of person that you're like, oh, I want to stick with you and like, let's figure out a way to pick off all these crazy people who I can't rely on, but I know I can rely on you, and I think that will serve her well.
Yeah, and she kind of has this vibe of like, I'm here for the adventure.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God, we're playing Survivor. And I think you just get caught up in that and be like, yeah, let's do this. Whereas you don't think like she's trying to cut my throat.
Yeah. So I definitely have high hopes for Denise.
Yes.
I'm excited to watch her.
Kim!
From One World.
Yes, baby. Kim!
Now we're getting into these older seasons where the game is so different from how it is now. This season, they divided the tribes by gender.
Yes, they did. We had a men and a women.
They all lived in one camp.
They did.
Which is why it's called One World. And then the hidden immunity idols were hidden at the campsite, but there were idols designated for the men's tribe and the women's tribe.
Right.
And if you're a woman who found the men's idol, you had to then give it to a man before the next tribal council. It was very strange the way the game was played this season.
But this is the season where you actually saw women working well together.
This was so huge, I think, for Kim's success this season, is she was able to organize and maintain this super strong women's alliance this season.
She was. And then when you start mixing the tribes, when they're swapping and then eventually merging, she formed a second alliance. She was able to work with the men. She was able to reach outside of the women. And that really worked well for her. She was just dominated the entire season.
Oh yeah, people say she's one of the most dominant players ever in a single season.
Absolutely.
Because she just was a strategic boss, like calling all the shots.
Yes, behind
saying who's going home every week.
So many blind sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. She did find an idol, but did not have to use it.
She made it all the way to the end without using the idol. She's the only woman who has ever done that.
She won the last 4 out of 5 immunity challenges.
Yeah.
The girl is just
she dominated.
An all-around amazing player. This was her first and only time playing.
Yeah.
She kind of was like done.
Perfect game.
Stepped out of the Survivor world.
Yeah.
Had a family.
Yep.
And this is the next time she's coming back, which is an interesting just story overall because she's great.
Yeah.
But she hasn't been rubbing it in our face like some of the great players have. Some of the other great players we have seen over and over again.
Yeah, we've seen them 3 or 4 times.
And they have reminded us how wonderful they are.
Yeah.
But she's going to walk into season 40 without that.
No.
Just being like, oh my God, I'm so much different now.
She just has
older,
done nothing to tarnish her legacy.
Yeah.
You know, like I wouldn't have blamed her if she were like, honestly, I'm just going to let my win speak for itself. I don't need to come back for Winners at War. I'm thrilled she is back because she's just such a smart player. So well-rounded.
Yes.
Physical, strategic. You know, everything is
all
there for her. It's all clicking.
Yes.
And I'm interested to see her get in there and see if she's able to work relationships the same way that she was on her season.
She won 7-2-0 over Sabrina and Chelsea.
Yeah.
Which were 2 of her girls
best friends
from the beginning.
Yeah.
And they made it to the end together.
Yeah.
She kind of knows what she needs to be to each of the other players.
Yeah.
Like she's that kind of smart.
Yeah.
So she can say this, what you need to hear, and then say what you need to hear over here.
Yeah.
So there's 2 sides to this coin, right? She walks into Survivor 40 and they're like, oh, no, she's one of the best players. She needs to go.
Right.
Or they're like, nah, not that big of a deal. We haven't seen her in so many years.
Right.
We forgot. Like, she's so fun to talk to.
She's beautiful,
I think I'll just work with her.
Yeah.
I don't know which way it's gonna go, but I'm really hoping that people just want to work with her because I want to see her go far.
Well, I think the thing that helped her season is nobody ever really got her number. Troyzan for a couple of weeks was like, we got to get Kim out. But too late. And then she got Troyzan out, and that was the last anybody ever talked about her being a target that needed to go home, you know? Now, though, like you said, people know that she is known as this hugely dominant player, so I think they are going to be like, we have to keep our eye on Kim, otherwise she's just going to bulldoze us and we're not going to know what happened until it's too late.
There is an argument out there. Some people are like, meh. I think it's because she was so dominant.
Yeah, people think her season sucked.
She was just with a bunch of people who are no good.
Yeah.
And now she's going to be with a bunch of winners.
Right.
So that makes me think there's going to be a couple winners on season 40 who think that way. Of like, Kim's not all that.
Right.
So does that mean they get rid of her? Or does that mean they're like, we don't care, our eyes aren't on her, we'll keep her around?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that's the way it's going to go. They're going to keep her around, not realizing how strong she is.
Yeah.
And...
because she's just not one of those big personalities. I think the people who are going to go early are the big personalities. Yes. The ones who would like throw their weight around and like think they want to prove something, and so then everyone else is like, you're not going to prove that. We're sending you home first.
Yeah.
Kim and Denise, like they're a little lower key, a little more chill, and I think that will serve them well, making it far.
Speaking of, I really initially wanted Kim and Denise to pair up.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like they both kind of have those vibes and can like no one see them coming.
Yeah.
But CBS just announced the tribes.
Okay, let's talk about
this.
And so
let's talk about that because they're not on the same tribe together. On the blue tribe, we have Natalie, Rob, Parvati, Ethan, Michelle, Ben, Denise, Danny, Adam, Jeremy.
Okay.
Good tribe.
All right. Okay,
Good
we've
tribe.
covered a lot of those people so far.
Red tribe. Tony, Wendell, Amber, Kim, Sophie, Sarah, Nick, Sandra, Yul, Tyson.
Okay, more people that we haven't covered on that tribe.
So the fear of Tyson and Rob being aligned from the get-go.
Not gonna happen.
They're not on the same tribe, but then that makes me go, oh, well, they can't make it to the merge. You allow both of them to make it to the merge, we have an automatic duo hitting the merge. Same with Amber. Now, Amber is on the tribe with Tyson, not on Rob's tribe. So I feel like you have to get rid of Rob's army, right?
Yes, yeah. Or just Rob.
Yes. All of them.
Yeah, right. And then we've also got Sandra and Tony on the same tribe. And we know that that's not going to work out well. They have a bad past together. Although, who knows? Maybe they'll be like, everybody thinks we hate each other, so let's work together. I kind of doubt that's going to happen.
I don't know. I feel like this is a perfect setup for Tony to be the first boot on the red tribe.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my gut feeling on that. We previously mentioned how Jeremy and Natalie have a past connection and they both are on the Blue Tribe together. That could do something.
Yep. And the thing is about like all of these combinations, these winners are going to know about. Like, it's not going to be a surprise to anybody that Jeremy and Natalie were on a season and worked well together. These people will have done their research. So
well, and also, you know, they've shown up to events together.
Yes.
So even if we don't think of them as having worked together previously, they all know each other and they all know who is closer with who. They know way more than we do.
That's right. That's right.
So
there's a lot of dynamics to consider.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Exactly.
But we will come up with thoughts.
Right. Yeah, we'll speculate. Yes.
Okay, you guys, next week we will have part 4 of our cast reaction.
We are doing Sophie, Rob, Parvati, and Yul next
they
time.
just keep getting better.
I know.
Please let us know all your thoughts about these winners for season 40, who you like, who you want out.
Yes.
And we will see you next time.
All right, bye.
Bye.